Hello, welcome everyone to another episode of Friday at 4. My name is James Schreiber, and as always, I am here with Amanda Van Der Heiden. Happy week, Amanda. Happy Friday.
Hi, everyone. Happy Friday.
So, Amanda, I had a very interesting question after our last video and podcast last week. A person by the name of Don Sims, who lives in Virginia, actually reached out to me and we started talking. And this was really about how senior executives search for new positions. And one of the things that were brought up was how come there aren't recruiters or recruiting companies that dedicate their services as agents to the candidate. And it's a very interesting concept, and it's something that we do, our company does one-offs for individual, but it's something where I'm starting to see a bigger need in the marketplace. And I thought we could talk about that today.
That sounds good. Yeah, to talk about how they can leverage and how different countries, we were talking about this before, but in Europe, it's very typical for them to have a representative, the individual have a representative. And in America, it's more likely for the organization to have the representatives and hunting out individuals as opposed to the individual having a representative themselves.
Agreed. And so when you look at it, think about this. Professional actors, professional athletes, they have agents. They have people that are out there looking out for their best interests, marketing them. And I believe that when you are a senior executive that has worked very, very hard to get to the position where you are at, you deserve to have someone who's on your side and your side only, looking out for your best interest on your career path. And so one of the things we'd like to tell you is that this is a service that we provide, and we take it very seriously. And to be quite frankly, we don't accept everyone who does apply for that services. We're looking for a very particular type of candidate, normally a senior executive, normally someone who's on a very good career path and understands where that next position might be, but for whatever reason is not able to go out there on their own. Or maybe they're frustrated, right, Amanda? They've been sending out CVs and they're going into a black hole. They're not getting the response. And quite frankly, they've worked too hard to earn the respect and the position they're in to be treated like that. And what they could use is a professional like myself, like yourself, that goes out there and actually does the legwork for them, the opportunities get presented, and then works with them from coaching all the way down to make sure that they are seen in the best light. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, so a lot of times it's called executive coaching, but one of the things that I like to say to my executive clients is I am also their accountability partner. So habit and behavior research shows us that if you want to succeed at something, buddy up. And that's harder to do when you're a senior level executive. You have a full-time job. You don't want your company knowing that you're looking elsewhere because they're not going to want to lose you, and that puts you in jeopardy and your team in jeopardy. So how can you be held accountable? And one of the ways to do that is to have a professional on your side coaching you through, giving you assignments. But the accountability partner comes into play when you're given assignments and you're held to the fire. No matter what level you are in an organization, you have to answer to someone, right? If you're a CEO, you answer to the board. If you're a COO, you answer to the CEO. So you're always, or you're answering to your team. You're always answering to someone. And so as an individual, when you come home from a long day of work, it's easy to say, oh, I'll do that next week, next month, next year. You keep putting it off. But when you have someone that stands steady and you have a standing appointment and says, what have you accomplished? Have you done the assignments given to you? This is what we've done on your behalf. You can feel the momentum. So it's not just your effort, it's a joint effort, and you're more likely to succeed.
And think of it this way. Who is representing you? The way recruiting models are set up, you either have internal recruiters that obviously work for the company, or you have an external company that has a contract with the client. So their fiduciary relationship is with the client. But who's representing you in your quest for that next position? Who can answer the questions honestly and openly and tell you the good, the bad, the indifferent? Having that representation, especially at your level, is indispensable, and it's something that will change how you go about looking for your next career path. So think about it. When you go and you apply someplace, if you're applying online, the reality is, unless the person on the other end of the line is looking, exactly for what your resume says, normally you go into a black hole. The thing I hear all the time is, I'm submitting, I'm not hearing back, everything goes dark, or I may talk to someone and then I never hear about next steps. And that is because the internal recruiters or the external recruiting companies, they are looking for that exact candidate for that role. If you're an external company, it's about driving revenue. You're being paid by that client, so it's about the fill. If you're internal, then you have to deal with the hiring manager, who are looking for particular types of skill sets. And if you're a little off, you might be a great resource to the company. Chances are they're never going to know that. So you need that individual, like myself, like Amanda, like some of our associates that are out there actually marketing and branding and bringing you opportunities and bringing you to phone calls, to meetings where you get a chance to then market and sell yourself.
The other thing is discretion. So a lot of times if you're a senior level executive at a known organization, you don't want people knowing you're looking, like we said before, right? So you can't just simply send your resume in. You need someone who can be discreet and be having conversations on your behalf that will make sure to remain anonymous until you're ready to step into the light. So
Right.
It's also about discretion.
Correct. So think of it like this. So someone like myself has candidates. We have clients. And in this case, the client is the candidate. We understand what sector, maybe sometimes what particular company they might be looking at. So what we do is we contact the right individuals at those companies, and we talk to them about the potential for this type of candidate, and if they'd be interested in possibly either seeing a resume or setting up a phone call. So the reality is we're doing that legwork, but we are marketing you. Yes, there are times that before we do that, we're setting up calls with you, we're getting to know you, we're getting to understand your wants, your needs when it comes to your career path. We're giving you advice. We're helping you through those next stages. So think about, when you think about where you are in your career, and you've worked really hard to get there. You want to get to that next level. You don't want to do what everybody else is doing. You want to have the best possible people on your team and the best possible chance of moving to that next position. And one of the ways of doing that is go on our website, www.grtas.net. That's gratis.net. Sign up for a free consultation call. It's completely, there's no cost, and it's completely confidential. We'll talk to you about our services. We'll talk to you about how it might be able to, in fact, will be able to enhance your ability to get to that next position and give you that edge up. Plus, look, from a professional standpoint, having that agent out there for you obviously makes you look better than other candidates who are simply submitting through the system. So think about that. We're here to help. We're here to talk to you, and we're here to get you to that next level. Anything you'd like to add, Amanda?
That's it. We want to be championing you because you can only take yourself so far. No matter how far you've come, there's always further you can go.
Right. You can't do it all yourself. Don't think that you can. And at this stage of your career, you realize you hire the best people around you. and you put the onus on them to get the job done. We are the subject matter experts when it comes to careers, career paths, and helping people find jobs. We look forward to hearing from you. We hope you have a great weekend. And until next week, have a good day.